yeah, we're going.
We got so many mics. Got everything going.
Hey, pictures up.
Pictures up.
We're rolling.
We are.
I don't want to look at shit. Like I feel like.
Yeah, well, that's why I turned mine around too. I did want to see if there's comments and stuff, but
Looking at things is weird.
yeah, we got so many avenues here. It's just over here. It's just me.
Yeah. Okay. We're coming. It'd be like.
Yeah, hang on a little bit that way.
See, pictures never really up.
No.
Okay. On set. We're gonna be a little crooked. We're going Dutch.
Hey,
We're gonna do a Dutch angle.
somehow you're sitting next to me while also, I think you just did I don't know what you just did, man. You didn't go live. You did not
What
go
is
live.
this?
I think your thing is hidden the volume thing, and it's screwing up everything because it's clamped. It's clamped onto the side of your phone. It needs to be up. I don't know who's watching right now, but we're gonna figure this out. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be great.
Oh, cell phone store, we're not live.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why it looks different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run. 1 second.
How are we doing?
Yeah, sure. Sideways. Mine's great.
Whatever. You're early.
Is it 3?
Yeah, I don't know. Pictures up, everybody. This is better. Like it's
I
like.
think we're losing people viewing right now because they're just
What's going on?
they're more entertained.
We're showing them what the film industry is about, you know?
Yeah.
You hurry up, and then someone has to go pee.
Yeah.
Or
Exactly.
a light goes out.
And then the DP has to run in, and you're waiting on. Oh,
Hey,
pictures out.
hey, cheers. Hey, how come you have a white mug and I have a black mug? Or a dark mug? What's up with that?
I don't see
Is that intentional?
color.
Are we unconsciously racist?
There's a song from a musical
Called unconsciously racist?
called "Everybody's a Little Bit Racist Sometimes."
Shit!
I
I was gonna write a country song called Everyone's a Little Racist.
It's from Avenue Q.
Dang! I was really gonna write a song.
You can still
ask
write
Nina.
it. You can still
well,
write it.
it's been done. I feel like, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was an original idea. There's nothing original anymore.
Nothing's original anymore. We're doing a podcast about the film industry.
Yeah, who else is doing that? Nobody.
Nobody. This is episode. I said it was episode 2, but this is episode 1.5 of.
It's gonna be great. Cheers.
That was.
Hey, this is our first, 1.5 episode.
This is our first full one if we make it through.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
This is a podcast about
The film industry and all the chaos in which we, as film industry workers, have to endure.
It's about the horror, the dangers, the mental and emotional
Family.
monster. What? Yeah, family. That's actually a good word.
It is an emotional trauma that we are all bonded by.
Indeed. So we're going to talk about our trauma because this is therapy for us. And our plan is to have guests on. We'll have some guests. And
At some point, yeah.
yeah. In regards to the horrors that will scar you for life, we're also going to talk about how to mitigate some of that to ease the pain that you'll have going into it. You know, we come from the production world side, so it's more like the AD organizational things, which gives you a really good overview of the whole thing.
You get a good oversight of all the different departments. You learn how to navigate through each one of those departments. Your coffee's got to be cold by now.
I like cold coffee.
I like cold coffee when it's actually cold, not lukewarm.
I like my coffee like I like my women.
Cold?
Yeah.
I like mine lukewarm.
A little warmth is good. All right.
Yeah. So do you have topics for today? Because
No, we have to start over again.
Yeah.
We have to say who we are for some people, but I don't want to that's not what this is. So who are you?
I'm Skyler Simpson.
Yeah.
Anybody who's watching on mine here knows.
Yeah.
I don't know about Bill's over here.
I'm BillAeric. For those who know me, I'm BillAeric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better know it.
Who are you? What do you film? I don't know you.
I am film.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your history?
When a cop says, I am the law.
Yeah.
I am film.
I am the law.
I am the film.
I am the law.
No. My background is a long story of woes, ebbs and flows of different highs and lows. I'm not trying to do bars here.
Bars.
I started as a background artist.
Yeah.
Whatever the kindest definition of an
Human
extra
prop.
is now. Human prop.
That's what they call us.
That's the kindest way. I came from that background back in like 2010 or something. Worked my way up to a production assistant. Stuck with that for a very long time. Then I joined IATSE Local 479 in 2016. And then I became a member of the Screen Actors Guild in association with AFTRA. Whatever that stands for. I forget. Yeah. American Film Television.
Mumble grumble.
Somebody's watching this and just groaning as I butcher it, but joined that in 2018 and have done more PA work than any of those things involving my memberships. But either way, you got to make some money. Whatever's consistent, stick with it.
Indeed.
Which is one of the pieces of advice that I don't know if it's good or bad.
Well, I don't think anyone can answer that question.
No, not.
You know, you have to answer it for yourself.
I think the future might change that with what's going on.
Well, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there a little bit later. So
we went through my background.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, me, yeah. I consider myself an independent filmmaker who tries to live in mainstream filmmaking. Went to film school, got out, thought I could, just jump right into making music videos and become rich and famous. 15 years later, I'm like, what is going on right now? So, things happen here and there, but you always think like, the project you're working on is going to be like this thing, and then like, and for some people, that's what it is. But it's like, filmmaking is like, is it Plinko? That game where you drop the ball, and you have to figure out where it's gonna land.
Connect Four.
The life is so random.
Yeah.
Connect Four? No, not that. No,
What's
this is like on Price is Right. The big wall.
Yeah.
And they stand up there.
Yeah.
But there's like little pegs.
Yep.
So the ball, and there's like 4 holes.
It's similar to Connect Four. It's similar to Connect Four.
Connect Four is one lane. My point is about the randomness.
Oh, okay.
So like, if it comes down, it can hit any number of things and end up over on the right side.
Okay.
And that's my life. I started here.
Three-dimensional. Connect Four is two-dimensional.
Well, it's. God.
Sorry.
Has anyone played this game? Is anybody?
There's. I don't know. We can see if anybody's saying yes to this.
Here's a better one. All right, Jurassic Park. Jeff Goldblum. All right, Chaos Theory.
Yes.
All right, he has a little dropper. He's dropping on the thing, and you think it's gonna go there. But these little hairs and when he's flirting with his wife, yeah. So like, that's my life.
Right.
And that's like that game that you haven't seen apparently.
Is it gonna go left?
Shout out to Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
Yeah, shout out to him. But I got out of film school. I was trying to be independent. I did weddings for a little while, then became a PA and did some other stuff. Ended up in the AD department, and because of that, I've seen and experienced not only my own horrors, but seen the horrors of other people. And I've had secondhand horror, like someone like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Something happens to someone else, and you're privy to it,
And you're kind of powerless to chime in.
It's such a weird social, political environment to surf.
Yeah. There's always a level of subordination that's involved in where you're allowed to put your foot down or not.
It's definitely a hierarchy. There's just so many levels of this thing. It's like the biggest sandwich.
Yeah.
And people act like, that's what I don't like about like the egos that come with it. Like people are just like, oh, they have the air of, oh, you don't know that, or hey, I do know everything about this. When it's so complicated, there's so many different ways that things could be. There's information that someone may have that you're just assuming won't affect you,
Mm-hmm.
and it will.
Yeah.
And you'll get shushed by someone you know, if you're trying to help, right, and your information would help them,
usually,
but they don't want you to talk, you know, right now, you know, and things like that.
Yeah, there's so much going on within the industry now that is complicated, and then the world in general, which I don't know if we should. I don't want to touch on anything going on in the world.
Well, like the Ukraine,
Israel, Gaza, all sorts of stuff, but I'm scared to touch anything on that. That's a wall of confusion that any research I've done makes me melt into a pile of scared.
Well, some things we should touch, but we're gonna focus on some things we shouldn't touch.
Yeah.
But we're gonna focus on the film industry and movies, and we'll get into some film topical things like the strike and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. We're also gonna have lunch in the middle. We're not really gonna have lunch. We're gonna call it. You know, we'll have a lunch break. All I have is coffee, so I don't know. We could leave and
for some
walk
people
around.
that's lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my breakfast.
I'm just gonna walk back in like, oh my gosh, they really spoiled us today. That lobster creamer.
And then we're gonna call wrap. All right, we're gonna call Martini, and we'll call wrap.
We're Appletini.
But I think, you know, talking about the film industry today, the issues with it, and how it's affected us is gonna be the thing.
Yeah.
So any of that topical stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Tell me about your horror. Tell me about what's been your overall negative about the film industry?
About the film industry was most
as
negative.
A whole. This is a 101.
Yeah,
so just like, give us a summary.
I got it. I already got it. You know, in my head.
Yeah.
When it comes to finding a source of income, it's challenging if you are day playing. Day playing is when you are working maybe 1 to 5 days on one production, but you're not an essential like crew member. Like you are either replacing somebody who is currently
you're super
out.
freelance.
Yeah, you're freelancing, you're hopping in, you're taking somebody's place. They might need extra people for a specific scene that is lasting however many days, and then once that is done, you're kind of gone. And even if you do make a great impression, their mind is back on the task at hand moving forward and using the crew that they already have. So once you're out of sight, you're out of mind. A lot of the times, maybe I'm just not that impressive, but
I mean,
but it's always been a difficult challenge of finding somebody to follow and sticking with, like getting that person to stick with you as well as getting to stick with that person.
Yeah.
As they move forward into different productions as well.
That's a thing. It's hard to find your crew, your people, your clan, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you'll just meet people who, you find. I like to look at things in 3 levels. There's the low level, there's the middle, and then there's the high. Yeah. So basically, most folks are in the middle. So it's like, I may like you, right? But let's say, how about this? It's either you or it's Rihanna as a PA. Yeah. And she's okay, and you're slightly better than her. I'm still going to go with Rihanna.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal.
Yeah.
Right?
You just know her.
Well, no. She's attractive. That's another issue with the film industry.
That's a huge issue. I was hoping you weren't going to say it, but it really is.
No, I mean, this is part of my point.
Is.
It's all, there's so many levels to this whole thing.
And that's not always fair to say that, especially when it comes to that biasness, because people will take offense to that. And I understand that. I understand the offense when it comes to like somebody being hired due to their attractiveness. But I've seen it happen so many times, but I've also seen those PAs rise above and beyond and become ADs and do better.
Sure.
Do better than what they were expected to do.
You can rise to the top. You can rise.
But at the same time, favoritism is a huge thing that happens within the industry. And a lot of times it is due to somebody being like,
to be
that
fair,
person's pretty.
I'm going to try to be fair. So whenever I go too negative, I'm going to try to be a little positive. There is.
I'm here to balance you.
I mean, there's balance in all things, and it goes in all directions. So it's like, in that circumstance, you want to have a good crew. So if I'm hiring, there's a lot of pressure from different people. So some people have people they want to be hired.
Yeah.
There is a sense of balance within your own community. So it's like looking at the layout of the people that you hired. How does that team look? and it's going to be a cohesive kind of thing. But, you know, we all have kind of our unconscious bias, and I think there is an attraction bias.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know...
That's one of them.
Yeah, and people have different levels of all of it.
There's also the bias of, especially on location days when you're in, like, the city.
Yeah.
They will say on any, like, posts or anything that somebody's trying to hire, they're like, we want men. Just due to, like, height differences and masculinity differences. So that when they're doing lockups, say on a street corner somewhere...
Yeah.
It's...
If it's 2 a.m. in Atlanta,
there's
downtown...
Yeah.
You don't want to get, you know,
Rihanna.
Your smallest. Yeah, probably not Rihanna.
You don't want to get Rihanna.
She would definitely get the wrong kind of attention. You know?
If we're talking about like Rihanna, the artist,
exactly. Yeah.
She would scare the crap out of me though.
Yeah.
But also draw attention.
I mean, yeah.
So maybe not.
I mean, you know, some fear is good. It's really good for you.
Yeah,
you know?
But that's all me. That's me being intimidated.
Oh, from just talking to her, or from her being a PA? Which is it?
Oh, I was talking to her. I'm not the hiring person here. I'm just like the lucky PA was like, she's PAing with us?
Yeah.
Is this like for a documentary she's doing?
I think she's thinking about it, yeah.
Are we getting off track?
Totally off track.
But when it comes to those biases, it happens in many different areas, men, women, non-binary, whichever one is...
Have you worked with non-binary?
Yeah.
PAs?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? I was actually thinking trans when I said non-binary. There's a lot of lingo to learn.
It's a learning curve.
Have you ever worked with a trans PA?
No, just non-binary. I had to think about it, yeah.
No, okay.
Think about it.
Because I don't think I have either.
I've worked with non-binaries.
Okay.
3, I think. Yeah.
Well, there's all types of, people in the industry. I have to say something. I have to bring something up.
Me.
Huh?
They were better than me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a thing with the types of people in the industry. There's different forms of like confusion and unhappiness. One thing I want to touch on at some point, like deeper, is like the feeling of what some black people have felt, which is not knowing if it's what kind of bias it is.
Yeah.
Because there is like
I know where you're going with this.
There's literally overt racism.
Yeah.
And then there's people who are hostile because they don't like you.
Yeah.
And there's people who are hostile just because they don't like themselves. And there's people who are hostile because they don't like your race. Right. So I'm just saying that kind of navigation on top of the film industry. So there's a film industry navigation, and then there's that side of it.
Yeah.
You don't really know what it is. And we're in the South. So being in the South, it's like, how do you know? I don't know if you don't like me because I'm black, or I don't know if you don't like me because you're an asshole. Yeah. Or maybe do you treat everyone like this? But over time, like if I see, and you try to look, or if
they're being overly nice to you too, or like, are you being over nice because you're black?
There's all kinds of things like that where you can't tell. But it's one of the issues.
I have a question on that too. Of like, are there times when you aren't sure if you were hired specifically because they're trying to cover a certain amount of diversity? I've
never felt that. I felt not because I think I'm in Atlanta. I think it's just like we're here. So if you come to Atlanta, you're in Chocolate City.
You're in Atlanta, yeah.
You're in Chocolate City. You know what I mean? So I've felt that it's been a situation where they've needed a man for things, but I've come into the situation where they needed a woman.
Yeah.
So they've needed that specifically given certain circumstances.
Yeah.
But never, maybe one time, but I just can't remember it.
But you felt it?
Well, it was something that was like, they want to be diverse, and they weren't for some reason. Like if it was all like white men or something like that, and there's like a black director, you know?
Yeah.
I have seen it that when working on a TV set, oh, actually, so yeah, I was on a TV set show, and there was this director coming in. I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but that person was very, about the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was a sense during that like 7 days that we kind of we leaned into African Americans for that episode. Okay. We leaned into it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I never felt like it never felt like...
It's all part of that machine.
Yeah.
Like that's the trickle down of like they tell us this one thing, and then it turns into like an acceptance as well.
Indeed. It's
I don't know what I was trying to say with that.
No, it's just, there's so much to say, and that's the whole point. Like this, that's why this episode should be like what it is. Yeah. Not like we'll be more regimented, I think, bringing guests and things going forward. But I think it's important for us to get grounded generally about what this freaking thing is that we're doing. You know?
Yeah, I mean we're talking about the machine itself and like
the machine.
How much is involved?
And it's a machine.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a freaking living.
There's so many different cogs to it. There's so many different mechanisms that are involved in it. There's so many different hierarchies.
Yeah.
Which is a big part of it, and one of the most annoying parts that is currently being fought with the strikes. I know we're going to talk about the strikes.
Yeah, you brought it up. Let's get into it. I brought it up a few times. Okay, all right, what's up? Yeah. Okay, it's over. Writer's strike is over.
Writer's strike is over. So there was a brief mini celebration amongst some people who were like, yeah, we're going to get back to work. While there's other people who were like, yeah, great. We have more work to do. Because there's still the SAG-AFTRA strikes that are happening. And that is going to go on probably, hopefully not as long as the writer's strike, but
I feel like people have less sympathy for the actors than the writers.
They absolutely do. And I think it was designed that way, from above down. But the president, Fran Drescher of SAG-AFTRA, is holding strong with the negotiations that are going on, because the last negotiations that actually happened, AMPTP?
TP? It's AM, PM?
Whatever it is. The
After? I don't know.
No, it's the ones that we're fighting to get more pay for. As screen actors are going into negotiations with AMPTP. I believe that's what it is. That's who they're negotiating things with.
Okay.
That's what they're going to the table to negotiate with, so
I'll be honest
with
you.
Get a better deal.
I was following it, and I was just like, you know what?
I know.
I'm not working.
I've been trying to follow it. I've been not working until I started working at a sauna. I'm now working at Sweat House, Sandy Springs. Come see me.
Because of the strike?
Because of the strike.
Yeah.
But they went into the negotiations, and the offer that they gave them this time around was less than what they were offering before. So the offer that they had previously decided to say no to, the SAG-AFTRA, they got a worse deal the next time they came into negotiations, and so they said no to that as well. So that is why there's still a strike going on. They were offered a worse deal, and that's because of the amount of money that is being lost in the film industry right now.
Well, that's the producer's fault. I'm really mad at producers in Hollywood right now who aren't hiring me.
Recently, AMT, I keep screwing it up. They've dropped the producer's part of it, from what I understand, and now producers are having to be a part of the DGA.
That's interesting.
I know.
That's interesting.
It makes sense, though, with the type of stuff that they have to put into.
I want to branch off, but not in a way that leads us away. I want to come back.
Yeah.
But the branch is like, I'm so mad at producers because of things like, let's make a live action Little Mermaid. I'm mad about that.
Me too.
There's I'm mad. There's so many reasons to be mad that it's too many branches. But in a nutshell, why are you doing things like that when there are good stories that people want to tell that like are the heart of what we as humans want to do?
Yeah.
They're trying, like the bell curve. They're trying to do like this niche top stuff, but the middle is like where we are as a society in a way. You know what I mean? You have to look at low budget stuff, then you have the high budget whatever. You're just like, hey, call it Garfield and just, AI make me a script.
Yeah.
And you know that you're going to make like, $10 million eventually. You're going to make your money back, whatever it is.
Can't do that now because within the writers' agreement, they came to the agreement that AI would not affect the right. They would not be using any AI. So they cannot do that.
All right.
They can't do that now.
Who can't do what?
The producers can't use a script written by AI.
Oh.
For a union production.
Yeah.
That is supposed to be hiring writers.
Right. But you know what the
you
problem
look skeptical.
is. Well, yeah. because
what, the writers are going to use the AI?
I mean, look, okay, hey,
here's
the
out
rule.
there like, no.
Here's the rule. Let me tell you how it's gonna work. Okay, let me tell you what the rule is, and then you show me that. All right, no drugs are illegal. Okay, you don't do drugs. Okay, so how is that working out? How is that working out? Don't do drugs. You know, how is that working out on any level?
It's a plant.
Yeah. Let's say you are Warner Brothers, okay? And you have friends who are rich. They say, hey, I want to invest in the movie. I want to make a movie, a big Hollywood movie. I'll give you $50 million, all right?
Okay.
I give it to you. I don't care what you do with it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you don't, if you're an unscrupulous producer and you don't care about anything else but keeping as much money as you possibly can, then you'll get the most known property, whatever it is, you can do whatever, and come up with a concept. Or do you hire a writer to come up with a concept? Here's what you do. You go, give me a concept with Hercules, and they'll punch you out something, and then you say, hey, and then if you need to,
hire
you
the
can
writer
branch.
to adapt that
or
to something else.
Yeah, but you're at home, you know? So like there's no one like on you at home. Yeah. And then you go, write me a 3-act structure based on that. You even have your own idea. Say, write me a 3-act structure. Then you have it in your home plus $50 million that you haven't paid out at all yet. Okay. Right?
Yeah.
And then you can do a first draft. And then you yourself, without hiring a writer, can just read through it, make sure it doesn't sound shitty, and then hire a writer to make a better version of that script.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which will save you so much time and money. And you're saying to me,
are you gonna,
you know, that's the rule is you can't use AI to someone who loves money and doesn't give a fuck.
I assume that you're also clearing your search history for using the ChatGPT or whatever it is, whatever source you use to do this.
How do you clear your drug history? Look, there's no way to police this thing. Okay?
I think you're right.
There's no way to police it.
I don't.
What? Give me a way. Give me a way.
You're wrong. I don't think you're wrong.
I don't know what it is.
But the deal was the deal. Whatever it is that they did, maybe I should have printed it out so we could read excerpts.
Hey, the deal is great. But what no one knows. You know, no one's gonna give a shit about.
Deal's great, so good.
I think it's great. We're not gonna use any AI. None. No one's ever used it.
Nobody can see you winking.
Nobody. Hey, no. Hey, no AI.
No AI.
You know, it's a hard bargain.
What is
but
this?
you know,
use the
use
the money.
Yeah. We're not using none AIs. You know? Hey, I'll hire a guy, you know, my cousin.
What's your cousin's name?
John Smith.
John Smith, Q18CC48Z1.
That one.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of things on the thing that we talked about early in the cafe about a guy and a girl and they're happy at the end.
Why does your cousin sound like a robot version of Morgan Freeman?
I was actually going for more of a mafia guy, so I'm sad that
I'm just imagining the AI trying to have a Zoom call to convince you that he's not AI.
In like a year, technology's doubling itself.
No,
the AI is gonna get crazy.
It's now.
It's still going on.
Yeah.
It's
already there.
Going higher and higher.
Yeah,
so I don't know how you mitigate it. I think we have to like incorporate it into who we are.
What if we already are the AI?
Dude, you don't want to have that conversation. I will go down that. That's a rabbit hole.
I think we are the AI.
Are we?
We're the artificial intelligence.
I feel like we're in the Matrix right now.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's lunch.
It's lunch?
Yeah.
All right, it's lunch. We're going to stand up and we're going to walk away for a second. I am going to get some coffee. Lunch. Still recording. God, can you believe the director of this thing? I mean, he's a piece of work, isn't he?
The director of this thing? Oh, there's people. Oh, you're improvising?
Yeah.
They're all seeing my shirt.
Yeah.
They're just seeing my shirt.
They're just seeing your shirt right now, yeah.
I'm waving. We got some folks in here.
Yeah, I'm in here online. Hi, everybody.
Hey, look at all these waves.
The
I got some waves.
I can't really see what's fully going on mine, but...
Hey, wait. This is where sponsorship.
Oh.
Hey,
Shit.
guys, you need stickers, okay? At filmscribe.press, that's one of the places. We're gonna be on Spotify. We're gonna do Google podcasts. Yeah, and some other things like that.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Wherever you get your podcasts, we're gonna work on being there. And FilmScribe. That's the website. Now, in there's film crap. All right. There's gonna be more film crap. There's a little bit of film crap right now, but there's gonna be more film crap later. So there's like stickers.
I'm gonna have to get some of that gear myself.
Yeah, Skyler's getting some gear.
Yeah.
Why aren't you getting your gear? No one knows you're a filmmaker. You want to walk down. You can't just get your Ray-Bans and people think you're a filmmaker. That's not how it works.
North Face and just assume.
You can't because people like
Bros or whatever it's called.
There's bros.
Yeah. You need your film crap.
You need your film crap. There's beanies right now. There's gonna be some T-shirts. All right, beanies and stickers. No one can see that. I mean, I guess no one wants underwear.
Some people. Okay.
Would you want film underwear? Would you want film underwear?
What?
Like with a slate on it or something?
Film crap underwear?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. Film crap
Double
underwear?
teaming? You should put double teaming on there?
Maybe stick away from the underwear.
T-shirts, maybe socks eventually. But right now, if you go to filmscribe.press, that's where we're going to be. That's where you'll see things. That's where the store is. It's going to be great. Sticker. Get your it's going to be great sticker.
Yeah.
You know? There's a sticker that says PA on it. You put that on your computer. It says PA. Then people know you're a PA.
Yeah, or they'll just think PA.
Yeah, because they don't know.
Because they don't know.
Okay, but you will know because you'll be wearing the gear.
Production assistant, producer's assistant.
The sticker is and a beanie. Copy that. That's lingo.
Copy that.
So then, if you're wearing a copy that hat and someone else is, you can see them and then just give a wink without even saying anything.
Are you gonna get one that just says 86 on it?
I will now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got director, producer, and on the producer it says everything's fine.
Everything's fine. One that needs to say 10-1.
10-1 is a good one.
Yeah.
10-1 and 86. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are good. 10-1 and 86.
Go to 2. All of these are great.
Oh man, so you're throwing them out too fast.
I'm sorry. What, you're gonna forget
10-1.
them?
I mean, I might.
You're gonna forget your job?
I am a filmmaker.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. So.
10-1 means pee-pee.
So it's gonna be great. It's gonna have its own page on FilmScribe, so you'll be able to catch up and see us. And we're growing. We're small. There's just the two of us, but we're gonna keep going, and we'll have lots of cool guests that you're gonna either know or want to know.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get Will Ferrell on here. Donald Glover's gonna be on here at some point.
Are we gonna get Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan's podcast.
Ryan Gosling. I'm in talks with
Bobby
Ryan
Lee.
Reynolds.
Can we get Bobby Lee on here on his podcast?
I'm iffy about him.
Iffy?
He's
Bobby Lee?
He's got some past that. True.
Mother Teresa's got some
Dan
past.
Dan Harmon. We would like to get Dan Harmon on here.
Dan?
I want Dan Harmon.
Yeah?
And I want Danny Pudi. I want the entire cast of Community because they're going to be in Atlanta.
Well,
they're going to be filming in Atlanta.
If anyone knows any like cool folks who would like just chill here, and, have coffee with us, then tell me to come.
That'd be great.
Or whiskey or whatever. I don't know.
Or both. Irish coffee.
Do you have any? Anyone you want to talk to about? Like,
I got
any sponsors? Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I just said nothing right now.
Yeah, I'm going deeper. I'm probe. I'm being Barbara Walters. I'm being your Barbara.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything.
No?
I mean, my friend Secret Harris has got her TikTok and her Instagram.
Secret.
I would love for her to get some more likes on her page and stuff.
Secret Harris.
Secret Harris.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. She's got a bunch of numbers in her TikTok, so I can't, off the top of my head, think of what it is. It's on my phone.
Okay. It's all right.
But just look up Secret Harris. There's only one person in the world named Secret Harris. Also, there's only one person in the world with the name Secret.
I don't think it's...
Find someone else. We'll have to introduce them to each other if you find it. We'll bring them together on the show.
The two secrets?
The two secrets, yeah. We've got a double secret.
We're going to bring the two secrets back together again. Okay. Hey, all right. So, did you pee and everything?
I did.
All right. I'm checking the time.
I mean, I didn't. But...
we have like another minute before we're back in.
Okay. That's fine. What do you want to talk about?
We have to talk about anything. We're not in. I'm on my break. That's what it is. We can talk about that when we come back in. We can talk about what lunch means.
Let's literally be silent for a second.
It's been getting cold lately.
Yeah, it has. It's been cloudy today. You know? That's good. Hazel,
hey, would you hand me?
Yeah, it's empty, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But I want to get the last drops. I think when we come back in, we should talk about positive. You know.
Okay.
We didn't finish the AI thing. We didn't finish really.
We didn't.
We kind of started. Do you feel? I don't feel like we really got into it. We only kind of brushed the surface.
Well, we
didn't get it before lunch. We didn't finish the scene.
That's true. You got the time?
We're back in.
Back in.
All right, we're back in. I hope you peed, because we're back in and we're rolling.
Yeah.
And we're freaking live.
That was really fast. Cameras were already rolling anyway.
We didn't finish on AI. I wanted to finish on AI.
Okay.
No. I want to finish on the writer's strike. You.
Writer's strike's over.
I mean the actor's. No. The writer's strike is over.
Writer's strike is over.
I wanted to ask you your opinion on the writer's strike versus the actor's strike and the good it's doing and the timing. What do you think about the timing of the writer's strike, like right now?
I think it was a good time to do it. It gave the producers and everybody a lot to think about. But with SAG jumping in at the same time doing it, I feel like it put a lot of pressure on SAG to cave in sooner than the writers had to do it.
But what do you mean?
Well, I mean, they immediately, once they got into the negotiations, they had just finished with the writer's strike, and so the producers they came in expecting that the SAG-AFTRA president and everybody else there, anybody who was there for those negotiations, were just going to be like, okay, we would like to get back to work immediately, so we're just going to take the first deal. That's what their mindset was going in, and with that mindset, they even made the deal worse, like because they were losing money already. And so I feel like the writer's strike affected how effective the SAG-AFTRA strike is going to be. And I'm hoping that it gets a better deal the next time they go into negotiations. But with the amount of money that is still being lost, it's going to make it more challenging. But since there are things that are getting back up and running, like the Daily Show, shows that are talk shows that are written, scripted ones like that. Those are back up and running again. So there's money coming in from those avenues.
I've kind of felt like the writers are like, how do I put it? Like band. They're like at high school bands, and like the actors are like the jocks.
The jocks, yeah.
So it's like so the band's like, they don't know how important we are, and and they don't know until they're not playing at the football game. They're not playing at the school assembly.
Yeah,
these things like that. And then it's like, all right, maybe we should listen to these guys because they just will not shut up, right?
Yeah.
And then the jocks come in, and they're like, we need more jock straps,
Yeah.
We have the same balls we've been playing with for
They got their arms around the band members like, this is my best friend.
We're striking too.
We're striking too. Yeah.
And the cheerleaders are there.
What's your name again?
The cheerleaders only came because the jocks came.
Yeah.
So it's
the band members all just like, wow, we've never gotten this attention before.
Right.
It's great that actors are here. I mean, the jocks.
The jocks.
Yeah, the jocks are here, and now the jocks are kind of left like.
But it helped.
But the writers still are giving support.
Yeah. Does it look like that? How accurate do you think? How off is that as an analogy?
It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Because it kind of was just like they swooped in after.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to
They got the ball rolling.
because we're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, they jump on the train.
And then they did do the same
There's some momentum.
thing.
We're also striking.
Yeah.
We're here too in the room. It's a party.
Yeah, what's that? Teamsters? You want to?
Yeah, Teamsters coming in, baby.
What about you, DJ? DJ, you want to try? You want to try IATSE? Come on, everybody, let's do this.
It's a little strike party.
Ooh, I like your moves.
Hey, if you're not here, here's a nerd.
Oh, I got a phone call. We just finished up.
Yeah. Oh, hey, okay, all right. But like, that being the case, this is almost like the soul of the strike. Mm-hmm. It's almost like the heart of it. This is Rudy, right? This is like, they left. So now it's kind of like, all right, maybe we should start thinking about leaving. But we have to back away. They have to back away, not turn.
They need a Rudy. They need like that one guy or that one lady or that one person who is just going to really be the voice of the whole strike for SAG and really push it to the forefront. We need Tom Cruise.
He's too busy running.
Yes.
Wait, so what's her name? Greta Thunberg? No, not Greta Thunberg. The
little girl?
Yeah. So like that for you need a everyone thinks that I'm an actor.
Right.
I was put in the commercial when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what to do. I do not make millions of dollars. I don't know why I sound like that.
Because you're mocking this person.
But I'm trying to make a different person.
I know, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. We do need like a really
someone who's like not a famous actor,
strong, innocent representative.
All my life I've wanted to act.
That says this big thing that puts everybody into like this like, wow, I never thought of it that way.
I drive for Uber and I do social local theater.
We need like some Uber driver who's been in like a bunch of movies as like a small role and they die every time.
That's
but they come in.
It's
me
like, in the back.
I've been driving your Uber and your Uber and your Uber for the past 14 years.
Who's driving my Uber? My Uber.
I am, and everybody like in solitude. I'm the Uber driver.
All of a sudden, Uber makes another $50 million. Oh yeah.
Well, SAG AFTRA, we're sponsored by them, right? We are. Okay.
Side money. Give me that side money.
Okay, good. Yeah.
All these folks making money on the
side.
No,
like SAG is gonna get what they want. I am certain that SAG is going to be very stubborn and make sure that anytime that they go back into these negotiations, when they are given a deal that is not what they are asking for, they're going to piss on it.
Okay.
And say, no, we're not going to do it. Walk away, come back another few weeks later or however long it takes.
Hey, look, we got to have movies, so.
Yeah, we do. This society lives off of the Marvel franchises.
Otherwise, what would we do? What would we do without movies?
No.
Tell us in the comments.
Go back to theater? Yeah, what would we do without movies? I would love to know. Like, someone's going to say read books.
Video games.
Okay, video games. Who's going to do the voice acting for those video games?
Ooh.
Tell me that.
Yeah.
Because those are Screen Actor Guild members.
Where would we be without actors? I'm going to say it.
AI. It's back to the AI.
We still have animation, I guess.
We still have animation.
Yeah, but there's,
that's, again, writing, and you're going to have to, like, that's part of the deal that is very important, is to make sure that, and this is one that can actually be regulated, that actors' likeness is not put into AI form. Because they have to have consent written before doing any of that. And same goes with the voices of those people.
I think that's good. That's easier to enforce than saying don't write something.
Yeah, because I mean, Chris Evans comes on Oprah or something and says like, "Yeah, that's not my voice.
Yeah,
that's AI. I did not say yes to that."
So everybody, if you want to capitalize on being able to use an actor's voice and likeness, do it now before the law passes. I mean, no,
don't tell them that.
I mean, what? You gotta get in before the door closes.
Well, I think there's already a few big names that
there's some really good.
They already signed something.
I want to see what they come up with first before they get sued.
I bet they had Bruce Willis sign.
No.
Sorry. That's shots fires.
Morgan Freeman needs to cover his ass. They'll fucking cover that dude.
I think they already got his.
Dude, he's like, if there's anybody,
yeah,
get Morgan.
And I wonder how that actually goes when it comes to people who do impersonations. You know? Because, like, that's not AI. That's just somebody pretending that their voice is Morgan Freeman or Christopher Walken.
Is it the same?
I like...
Is it the same?
It's an impersonator. Like...
So is the AI, but just really good at it.
Yeah.
Does a street impersonator... Can they get sued? Do you have any Elvises up there? There's a lot of Elvises, Michael Jacksons. Are they paying? Is there a foundation where if you're doing a likeness, you got to pay? Somebody tell me.
The likeness, I mean, when you go to, the Hollywood Squares and you see Spider-Man, you don't see a spider emblem on his chest. You see, like, an X or something that's similar to it.
Because he gets sued.
Because he gets sued. Yeah, you see Iron Man, he's like Iron Guy.
Wow.
Iron Dude.
So, all right, so that covers the visual street performer.
That's a visual.
But what about the audio performer?
I think...
My name is not Morgan Freeman. My name is Norgan.
My name's not Chris... Walken.
It's Chris with a K.
It's Chris talking.
It's Chris talking.
Yeah, it's what I'm doing. Talking.
What? I'm not that guy. Who am I?
That was not Christopher Walken. Who does...
Al Pacino.
Hey, I'm not...
You miss my hoo-ha, my tangoing, my blind driving, my hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
I say it a lot. Hoo-ha.
You gotta speak. I can't do a good one of him.
You trying to do Trump?
Oh, yeah, Trump. I've got a fun Trump one. It's been a while since I've done the Trump. You got a Trump?
No.
I'm intimidated now.
Trump.
So the guy.
No, I got nothing.
No, in terms of like a New York accent or something. I can't think of what to say, but whatever. But yeah, when it comes down to like impersonations, I don't know. But that's what's going on. We got kind of off track there.
No, I think it was a good track. I like the track, but you know,
it was funny.
Sometimes you have to shoot this. This get into two different camera groups and shoot different things and come back and I don't know. I'm going with that.
Are you still trying to do a Trump right now?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because now I'm just thinking about trying to find my Trump impersonation. I did a good one the other day.
You gotta grab it. Or just grab it.
Grab it by the...
Just grab it. Just grab it. Sounds
beautiful dogs. Beautiful dogs. Every time we go in, I look at them, and I see these dogs. They're beautiful. These are the best dogs you've ever seen in your entire life.
I don't know if you should do that.
I see.
Maybe
you're trying. Let me be clear.
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted.
We're in the second half here of our thing. We're not gonna. I wanted to get back and say some positive. It was very negative last time. I wanted to make sure that it's not just gonna be a negative podcast. It is about the dangers of the mental, emotional parts of filmmaking, but also ways to mitigate that and to kind of see the terrain. It's hard to see the terrain. People aren't just going to tell you what's going on for different reasons. One, they're dealing with their own issues at different levels, and they have their own focus. So if you're in middle management, you might have complaints from the bottom and the top. Like an AD is getting yelled at from different people who have all kinds of complaints, for example. So stopping to explain something is not like on their priority, Plus, they're probably burnt out anyway.
Yeah, and I think this is something we got into last time. I'm not sure if we got that recording.
No.
But yeah, that's something that has to be managed from those positions, assistant director, coming from above the line down to the below the line. I mean, you're dealing with your own emotional things. You're told one thing, and then you have to telephone that down to the rest of the people and ensure that everybody understands that you are in charge of this section. Somebody else above you is in charge of anything that they're giving to you.
Indeed.
And when it's their fault, it's not their fault. It's your fault.
It's always your fault.
I went negative again.
Well, but it's it's negative with love because it's really, it can be very frustrating and you cannot know where you are and are you in the wrong or are they in the wrong? There's all these kind of things and
I remember this topic last time because we were talking about the positivity.
Filmmaking is a microcosm of the world.
I think it got cut off.
Filmmaking is a microcosm of the world. It's like New York City. So it's just a community.
Yeah.
And in that community, you have psychopaths, you have sociopaths, you have people who are childish. You also have really cool people. You have people who are good and bad, who who are only bad, who have bad attitudes in the morning, but they're good people on the inside. People who appear to be good, but they're really rotten on the inside. Yeah.
And then most of them are just anxious.
A lot of them are anxious,
yeah.
Especially in the AD department,
But the positivity part that is, I'm remembering last time we did get cut off. I wanted to give a mention to of one of my favorite assistant directors, Ed Tilden. Ed Tilden. He gave me one of the best pieces of advice, or just something to say to help boost morale on set, was like to just remember that everything that we do is make believe, and that your mental health is priority number one. Yeah,
and whenever you find your tribe, especially if you choose to go into the AD department, because that's a place of concentrated fear and anxiety. Mm-hmm. But if you find someone who's really cool as a first AD, like a really good captain, they're gonna be basically level and be able to work with you as a team. Mm-hmm. And you will feel like you're part of a team. These are the best ADs. There's some folks who they're on your own and you do your job, right? It's more militaristic. The whole thing is militaristic, but it's colder in that way, right? Yeah. And you can't read your AD. You just feel like you're alone and you don't know how you did, and there's no kind of like back and forth sense of community. That's more on the middle to negative side, and then you have the side that's completely negative, where they will create anxiety for everyone. Yeah. Where it's like, I will fire you on channel 1, right? So things like that, which feels like, emotional abuse, to be honest with you.
Yeah. This is actually something that is pretty common within that area. But when you're on a team that is good, it's like the complete opposite of that. I remember working with Scott Brown, and his attitude was excellent. There was one day when I know I worked my ass off, and it was the best thing in the world. I was ending the day, and I just came in to get my out time, and he pulled me aside and made sure I knew how well I had done. He told me, like, you did a good job today.
That's
I'm
awesome.
happy to have you back.
I don't know.
You never hear that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Maybe I can count on one hand, maybe two over like 10 years,
Yeah.
Something like that.
And that's because sometimes you get empathy.
It's also no news is good news.
Yeah.
So some people just don't tell you. Like if your plane didn't crash,
you're on the call sheet again.
Yeah. If you didn't get fired, then you're doing the right thing.
You're like, hold on, I'm in earlier. Yay.
We should do a tip of the day.
A tip of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one good tip.
Just the tip? Yeah, tip of the day.
Just the tip.
Tip of the day. Yeah. Today is going to be...
Do you got one?
How to do the clicks properly when it comes to your outs.
You want to do math?
I don't know. I'm bad at that. It's every 6 minutes, crazy. Right? It's a 6-minute increments?
Minute time. All right, so here can be a tip of the day. Mm-hmm. You want to be earlier than your call time.
15 minutes.
15 to 30.
Is the minimum.
Yeah, 15.
15 is the minimum.
Your call time. They give you your call time on the call sheet. Your call time is now 15 minutes before that.
Which is not even close to what all the memes are saying about in normal workplaces, where my workday starts at 8 o'clock, so I'm there at 8 o'clock. No. Your workday starts at 7:45 if you're in at 8.
I knew a crafty guy who they used to always call him in early to have him do stuff. So he would sit in his car, turn the walkie on, and just sit there, because they wouldn't pay him. He'll come in early, but they'd pay him based on his call time, not the time they called him on the walkie. So he'd sit there, and only once did I hear him say, "I'm not on the clock yet. I ain't done."
Oh my God!
And he just sat there, and he would listen to him, and every so often someone would ask for something,
Yeah.
Wires have to be delivered, but it's like
It's part of the emotional abuse, though.
Yo!
It's like back onto the same track. It's like...
the industry's full of it.
Yeah,
and some
it
people
really
don't even
is.
mean to do it. It's
No.
just like some people are feeling their own thing and they put it out there. Someone fix it. Someone fix it.
Yeah, I got rose-colored glasses on.
Ugh.
That's the big thing when it comes to emotional abuse to begin with.
Some have shit-colored
And then-
glasses on.
Well, I mean, if you're lucky and you can see the shit, you get out of there.
Yeah.
You take those off and you put some roses on.
You said it. If you can
Yeah.
see the shit.
Get out of there.
If you can see the shit, get out of there. And we're here to help people see the shit.
When was the last time you worked on a show that wasn't a shit show?
My pause is not intentional.
It was expected.
I
don't have one. I've never worked on a show that I didn't call a shit show. Not once.
I liked Marvel. I
love Marvel. That's where I met Ed Tilden. So
I like them for a couple of different reasons. The hours are within 12.
Mm-hmm.
So usually,
for the most part.
Well, I've gotten off within 12 hours, which means we wrapped in 10 hours.
Yeah.
So like I had
That's good.
Whenever you wrap, you have the end time where you're finishing cleaning up, whatever.
Yeah. Finish.
But
off
like
that stuff.
mostly it's like we're shooting for 12 hours, and then there's an hour or two on the front or back end.
Yeah.
But with them, it was always like that. The food was always banging.
Yep.
One thing I love about the film industry, even if it's bad catering, they're still feeding you.
Yeah.
Through 2 or 3
it's
proteins.
It's Tony's catering. Marvel
Dude.
does Tony's catering.
I love Tony's, man.
And
Shout out to Tony's catering.
Tony's
Your breakfast
catering.
burritos.
Yes.
I have dreams about them.
Yeah.
I got dreams about them things,
Yeah,
man.
especially when you
God.
add the salsa. In
Oh!
Yeah.
Make you go. Oh!
That was one of my jobs too. It was the lunch PA, which we also did breakfast too. So my hours were great too, because once lunch was done, I typically would get to go home, unless it was necessary for me to come back in and like help out with some PA stuff. It wasn't
Lunch is
always
cool.
necessary.
Crafty.
Yeah.
Shout out to Crafty too.
These are the positives here, like
Crafty
catering and crafty.
are the grandmothers of the set.
Yes,
That's your job.
That is right.
So and that's how I judge Crafty.
He will make you a ham sandwich on the spot.
Hey, if you make you feel warm and cozy, you've done your job as Crafty.
Hot cookies coming out. Even if they just grab Chick-fil-A or something. I don't care.
Chick-fil-A on a Friday?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you get like they go get Five Guys.
Yeah.
They come with all the burgers.
They're like the oasis,
Yeah.
I love the Five Guys. They're the oasis in a sea of dry water.
No, you get pickles and beef.
Pickles
It's
and
even
beef.
better.
You want more?
You asked for water, we bring you beef.
Pickles and beef. No, I like that. I want to make a song. Pickles and beef.
What I always like about Crafty too is like the fact that you go in and ask for something and they don't have it.
Yeah.
It's there the next day.
They want to get it for you.
Or it's there within like the next 2 hours.
Yeah, they want to. They take care of you. They'll make sure that you're happy.
Yeah.
And no one else does.
No.
Nobody else does.
And then you can go there and do some complaining too, because they get it.
Yeah. A good place to bitch is on the Crafty trailer.
Yeah.
You get away from set for a minute. You can take your walkie out.
Take it out because they've already got it. They've got it off an open walkie on the truck there. You can hear everything.
Indeed. So there are some joys. I hope you felt like a good sigh. I hope you felt a good exhale
I miss
on
the
these
industry.
joys. Hey, okay, all right.
Me too.
What do you miss most about it right now, since it's been like 6 months or whatever on the strike?
The community of everybody,
Hey.
my friends, my
Al
family.
Pacino in A Given Sunday. I was talking to this guy. He retired. I said, "What's the thing you miss most about being there? Huh? What is it? The girls? What is it?" What he told me? It's being in the huddle. Those guys looking back at you. Whatever he said.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, that was good.
And that says the community is what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
There is, you can feel that, but it's just like being in the army, I guess. I guess it's being with your...
Yeah, you get to be there with everybody. You're in the shit together.
Yeah.
You're just
and you
in
come
the
out.
trenches and you come out on top.
You hate it when you're in it. And then at the end, at rap, it's kind of sad.
We did it.
It's bittersweet.
You get your rap party, and you get to.
I hate rap parties. They're so awkward. They're like office parties with more alcohol.
And loud. It's always loud. It's always so loud. I'm always outside of the venue. Just talking with anybody who's
you're on the outskirts?
Yeah, I'm on the outside.
Like, you have to drown out the the weird conversations, the things that you don't want to talk about, the arguments you had on set, the guilt that you might feel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to drown all that shit out. Loud music and alcohol.
You gotta like chew somebody out, and then you see them over there.
And you're gonna be like, "What's up? I'm cool now."
Yeah.
This woman.
What's your name? I can't remember.
This person gave me such like drama, and it just felt like it was personal.
Yeah.
And then was like, I'll see you at the rap party. And there was like a different person. Like, I'm the same person. Why aren't you the same person? Do you think that I see you as not an asshole now? Because we've rapped?
Drinks.
Like, come on. It's just like, I don't understand. I really don't. I think it's the difference between being tactless, maybe. Like you're being blunt about how you want to deliver something. Than being like rude,
God.
And some people may be sensitive to like bluntness in a way where I think in the film industry you kind of have to have a thick skin.
You do,
but that doesn't mean you should start poking people.
No,
you need a thick skin and also don't attack.
A lot of rap parties. I've been insulted so many times on, like at rap or at some party where I'm just like, aren't you the stand-in? What is your problem?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are you being so egotistical right now?
All types, man.
Yeah.
All types. I've been cursed out by a boom operator about a parking situation, which is my fault.
A parking situation?
Yeah, it was just like there's no more parking, so you have to park somewhere else. And he was like, "You effing up, man." He's in his car. I'm like, "Oh, you want me? You're effing up? Are you late?"
Whenever that happens, ask them if they're okay. Sincerely, like, "Hey."
I wish I thought about it.
Are you okay?
Are you
okay, man?
I had to discover that when people are being like that, when they're being, I guess, obtuse, I'm surprised by it. So it takes me a second to go like, I think you're joking or something. Like there's a minute of, is this really happening? Because it seems stupid.
Yeah, and you might even like,
I question my intelligence. Like, am I missing something? Because it just seems like you're bitching about there being no more parking.
When which really would be your fault. Something that's internalized from themselves.
Yeah, like.
Back to psychology.
Do I start now? Should I go in?
Should I fight back or?
Yeah, I don't.
Fight or flight.
And should you argue in a stupid argument? Like
you're not gonna engage. If this is like a sound person, maybe just as parking situation. Get the location guy over or a teamster. They'll help you out.
Well, I was by myself at that point. Yeah. But I should have gone. Hey, shh. That would have made it worse. Way worse. He would have hated me.
Oh, shush the
He deserved
guy.
it. I tell you another one. Another tiny horror story. I had the bubble guts.
Oh no.
On a show, I had the bubble guts.
Like loud.
Well, let's just say we were on location and we had the honey wagons, but that particular catering situation was not good.
Yeah.
Because apparently, different people had this issue. So I'm in here for a minute. Yeah. And I not really done, but I'm close. And this dude is knocking on the door. These are single room types. Oh, so it's like he's outside of whatever. And so he's on the steps maybe because he had to go on steps to knock. And I'm like, I'm in here. I'm like, wait.
There's a human being shitting in here.
Basically. Yeah. And this guy was like, you need to hurry up. This is a grip. Freaking grips.
He needs to get
I love you guys. But it was this is like the kind of situations that can happen on a film set.
I've never run into that, but I have run into a situation where there have been multiple bathrooms available, and one of them was a woman's bathroom, and I had to go.
If you have to go,
I went into the woman's one.
Hey, look.
Peed real fast, came out, and there was a script supervisor
waiting
who was pissed at me because of my gender going into the woman's bathroom. And I was just like, I had to go.
Yeah.
And it's free now.
Yeah.
Clear your bladder out so that your brain can function a little better.
If I was in your situation, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, sorry. And just because, if you got to go, you got to go. Nature calls.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, at the time, I couldn't think of a witty comeback or anything.
If there's anything I want to say It's to stand up for yourself and what you need. If you're feeling some kind of emotional way, you at least need to express it to someone that could affect what's going on inside. You have to at least be able to acknowledge there's a problem and then say something about it, you know?
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Make sure that you eat. Make sure that you feel safe. Make sure that you are not... If you're about to die, if you're about to pass out, do not stay in a lockup. Do not continue the job. Do not tell someone that you have to get out of the situation or just get out of the situation. Yeah. Because you will think that it's going to matter at the end of the day that you went through that and that, you know, you crapped your pants, you know? Yeah. But it's not worth that. No. And no one's going to remember anyway. So, like, stand up for yourself, take care of yourself, because the film industry is cold as a mother. Yeah. Cold as a mother.
It is.
And Martini's up.
And what we do is make-believe. So take care of your mental health.
Take care of your mental health. All right. For sure.
Martini's up?
Martini's up. So we got into topical news. I feel like we did that well.
Yeah.
There's movies. You seen any good movies or TV shows lately? Anything cool?
I just watched The Conjuring 2. That was good. Okay. And then I just... actually, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm watching this movie. It's called X. It's a horror movie with Jenna Ortega on Paramount Plus. I'm going to finish it tonight. So far, it's really good. But I was too tired last night and didn't finish it because I'd watched a bunch of other horror movies beforehand.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I think that's the most recent ones I've watched. It's October. I've been watching horror movies.
Right. I need to start.
Yeah, you got anything you've seen?
I think the new season of American Horror Story is out.
I've been hearing...
That's my binge.
I have to binge all of it because I've only seen
hearing good things?
Season 2.
You've been hearing... but you don't have to...
Yeah. They're all different stories, same cast, right?
Well, there's one season that kind of has a throwback, so you have to count both. Yeah. But most of them are like that.
Yeah. But I've heard phenomenal things about the new season.
All right, don't say anymore. Sure. You've already hyped me up too much. Yeah. You need to calm down.
I haven't watched it.
I don't like being excited about things. Don't tell me the McRib's coming back. Just let me see it on the menu.
Breaking news.
Who?
McRib's. No! I don't know, Scoobs.
I don't know. The other thing the only recent movie I've seen that's of note is the Barbie movie.
Oh yes, I finally saw the Barbie movie also.
You did?
Yeah.
It's been hugely controversial.
Yeah, it is, and I understand why now.
So, okay, I want you to say how you feel about the Barbie movie, and then I want you to say, talk about the controversy surrounding it.
Okay, I had to watch it 4 or 5 times. I very much enjoyed it.
4 or 5 times?
Yeah, because it's very controversial.
Yeah.
And like, it took me a while to understand if I liked it or not. I like it.
It took you 4 times though.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. The comedy in there is great, and the satire of the kind of the role reversal of that world is great. And I feel like I understand my mom and my sister so much better now.
Really?
I really do. Yeah. Like, it's one of those where you're just like, oh, why didn't I see this stuff before? Am I a misogynist? And you have to. It's one of those movies you have to think on certain aspects of the world that you grew up in that you did not recognize until you've seen it through a different lens. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
We can have contrasts.
Well, I have a layered view of it.
Yeah, that's
because I don't think it is what it's. I don't think it's seen as what it's supposed to be. I think it is I can't think of what the word is. It's not. I don't think it's a satire. I think it is. It's another word that's kind of similar to. I can't think of it right now. But basically, I think she set out to write a satire, right? And there are things about it that are not covered in a way that I don't think tells a 360-degree cohesive story.
You don't think that it's enough?
All right. So let me say that I love that.
I'm on the same page.
I love that.
Because I'm hoping they do write another, like a second one.
Yeah.
But with Ken as a different perspective.
Enough. The one problem I have is that I like...
With a whole different cast. I want there to be a whole different cast.
I don't like that I like Ken more than Barbie.
I don't.
I do.
Definitely don't.
I do because of that, because of the song, and that's me in an entertainment way. But I have some issues. So like one of my issues, and it's Ken's story, is that he went back. He went back to Barbie Land to like he's bringing fire to the people from Mount Olympus. Yeah. He's bringing knowledge. Yeah. He said, guys, let me tell you about this awesome stuff I found, right? Okay, yeah. And he said, it's beer and weed. Basically, he said, look at all this cool stuff. Yeah. And everyone was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And then because he spoke eloquently and the people were receptive, they changed society. Yeah. That's called democracy. That's called, speaking your words and then people were receptive and then change happening. Now, on the other side, when the Barbies came in, all right, and it was like, this is not Barbie Land.
Came back.
Then when they came back, they kidnapped Barbies.
Yeah, they did.
Put them in vans. Yeah. Made sure they were right here. Said, you are being hypnotized by the man, or whatever it was, to change it back.
To bring them back out of it.
And then they said that Ken did what they did. Yeah. They said, you brainwashed the people, but they literally stood them here, looked them in their eyes, surrounded them in the black room, and did that. And then manipulated into being jealous. Yeah, they did. That's called emotional manipulation.
That song was so annoying to me because of the amount of emotional manipulation that they put those men through.
But no one talks about that stuff.
That is something that is very common amongst certain genders in the community.
Yeah. I mean,
it happens.
But look, I'm just saying in the movie. I'm not bringing it out. I'm just saying in the movie.
But also in society as well. It happens.
That's fair.
Very regularly. And I've had that happen to me, and I've learned from it, and I've gone to therapy for some of it, and then understood what has happened to me. And because it's emotional manipulation.
I mean, that's what happened, bro. Yeah. It's like they're doing bad things, but they're the heroes of the movie. But no one's looking at it like they did bad things. But that's not the conversation that's happening.
I also think that a lot of what was done when it comes to that is we didn't see the Kens doing that to the women in it. Because they got brainwashed as well. And they were emotionally manipulated, but that was off screen while Barbie was in the normal world.
You're saying this allegedly. If we're in a court of law,
allegedly.
In a court of law, nothing happened.
We didn't see it.
There wasn't even a silent monologue from Ken. Yeah, there wasn't even like, you know what? I'm gonna go manipulate them. Like there was no villain thing.
They showed that
Ken was being open-hearted. Yeah, I was excited about these things he'd figured out. Yeah, and then brought them back. There was nothing. It's completely innocent. Yeah, but they were like, "What y'all doing is wrong." And we're going to change it.
It was put into a...
We're going to hurt your feelings, whatever
it was. It was a covert mission that these characters did.
But that's the satire.
Characters. Yeah.
See, that's the satire. And no one is saying that that's the satire. They're saying... No, what I'm saying is that no one is saying that is why it's a satire. Yeah. They're saying the satire is that we're showing that there's a patriarchy by showing the opposite. They're trying to...
It's a flipped...
It's kind of a flipped thing, but they're not showing... What I just said is not what people are recognizing.
Either we're going to
Which is what makes it a satire.
Or we're going to get more followers. I'm not sure.
They were trying... It seemed like they were trying to make an accurate representation of the real world by having a room full of board members in the Barbie room, which is actually 4-5 split in the real Barbie... corporate structure. Yeah. It's not all men running that. So it's like that's not true. No. So you're showing something that's not true.
But it was an exaggeration. It was an exaggeration of a lot of what is in the Senate that's going on in the world. Because I think that's what they were trying to go with that. Like in the real world, a lot of what we're getting is a bunch of old white guys. Yeah. And they are making a lot of decisions. So within corporate circle,
that's not the case.
But in the Barbie world, it's that flipped version where they are the ones who are in charge.
The Barbie world is a matriarchy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's done in a very specific way to bring to light what the patriarchy really is to the men, so that we understand. So that we understand what the patriarchy has done to...
Do you think that men watch this and are thinking, Barbie Land's fucked up because it's a matriarchy?
Yes.
You think, I think that... But women... Are women saying that? Or are women saying...
Some of them.
What I'm hearing is women are saying, yeah, that's how Barbie Land should be. Which makes me think that they think that's how the real world should be. Right. And therefore, they're not seeing that that's a problem. They're saying that we should be in charge.
That was a lot in that question.
Yeah.
But
we can save for next time, though.
There are some women in our world who are going to look at that and be like, on the side that is like that shouldn't be how the world is. Like, that's a bad movie. That's a bad representation. I'm with and they were like, the patriarchy isn't that bad. But they have also been kind of the brainwashed versions. Some of them are the brainwashed versions in the French maid outfits that we see in the movie to those kids, and those are the real world women who are looking at that as like, oh, this is bad because it's not actually preaching what patriarchy is. But what it is trying to do is show that if it is completely flipped, it's still bad. It's still just as bad if it's a matriarchy versus a patriarchy. But finding the equilibrium is such a challenge in finding the balance when you have people who are practicing these types of feminism that are not trying to find equality, but instead trying to find a sort of vengeance against men.
But I don't hear anyone saying that Barbie Land is how it's not supposed to be. I haven't heard anybody say that, which I think is obvious, which would make it a satire. I didn't even hear Greta Gerwig saying that that's the way it is. Well, no one's saying that the Barbies are wrong.
Right.
No one is saying the Barbies are wrong for doing what they did.
I think they're just trying to bring up this conversation. They're trying to...
The conversation is good.
It's great. They're trying to bring to the forefront of what is actually happening. They didn't try to give the message.
Let's say I want to murder orphans.
Do you want
to? No. Okay. But let's say I did, right? And I make a movie that is a satire about murdering orphans, right?
Yeah.
So, boom. But if no one says it's bad to murder orphans at the end of it, your message did not land. Okay? The message did not land.
Maybe not.
So if Barbie Land is supposed to show a dictatorship or some version of a matriarchy, then and everyone is saying, heck yeah, Barbies, do your thing, good job. That means that message didn't land. And not only that, Greta has not spoken that.
Okay. Which
would mean that if she really thought that, she would have to be subversive and play her own rhetoric to the world as a satire. Meaning she would have to know what you said. She would have to know what you said and believe that. And then when she goes out there, say, yeah, because we're in a patriarchy. And follow. Does that make sense?
I'm getting lost on it, honestly. Because
I think
my mind just went straight to Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder, and that. I was like, do you want to talk about this now and see if that's good or bad?
My whole thing is no one is saying that the point is.
Well, that's why I had to watch it 5 or 6 times, because I'm still looking at it from those 2 different perspectives.
You're part of the 5%, man.
And that is why I would love to see a Ken movie done. Keep Alan in there.
Wow.
Give Barbie some more face time, but also do a full recast, because Ken and Barbie are there's so many different variations of them. You could do this so many other times.
I have so many questions and problems with the Barbie movie. I want to bring this back next time. I want to do a part 2.
I mean, we have to
wrap this
at hour
up.
18, yeah.
So I do want to revisit the Barbie movie, because this is good. This is so good.
I feel like we should have started off with that.
I mean, maybe.
I forgot that.
I wrote a whole article on it. I wrote an article on the Barbie movie.
I'm gonna send me the article.
Oh, I can't wait to do it.
Okay.
But I want to do a second article, because I discovered what I just talked about after this article.
Okay.
So you're seeing my first reaction.
Okay.
And then I've changed a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so this brings us to the end. This is gonna be a wrap, folks. We're gonna wrap.
It's gonna be a wrap. Talking about YouTube over there as well.
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
So we had a pretty good talk today.
And everything's continued to record.
Yeah, thank God.
So that's good.
This is episode 1.5. Today we got grounded in what we're doing here as a show. We'll get more pointed into topics with future episodes, but we'll
be on more track once we're more focused on this.
We want to introduce ourselves and show us what we're all about and everything.
Yeah, so I think we've done a great job.
I think so too.
Is that a wrap?
Well, stay tuned for next month. We plan on actually recording every second Sunday.
Yep.
Unless there's some kind of issue or whatever.
This will be officially episode 2.
Officially. I mean, it's 1.5.
We still call it 1.
Last one was 0.
When we put it on Spotify,
Episode
maybe
0.
put it on 1.
All right, fine. We'll talk about that. But
yeah, we'll talk about that.
We're going to be on some different sites, as we said. We'll be on Spotify,
Several different platforms.
Filmscribe.press is where you'll be able to see where our entire lineup is. That's the website we'll be on. And while you're at filmscribe.press, get yourself a sticker. All right,
yeah.
Get yourself a film sticker. All right.
Yeah.
But shout out to everyone that was joining us. Thank you for joining us.
Puppy here.
And this is a dog. All right, but yeah, now it's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
When you go into the industry,
Pictures
you
up.
want to
Everyone,
be
shut up. Where are they? Quiet them down. Quiet them down.
You have to have
Props. Can you bring in the props?
the
Get
emotion.
out of there. I see there. I'm seeing there.
But it's also very delicate.
Does anyone see
Whatever,
Howie?
dude.
Where's Howie? Ready.
This
I'm
industry.
ready to go.
It's very sensitive.
Oh my God, how hard is this? Just bring it in.
Baby
We're ready.
gun.
We're ready.
Come in with your baby gun.
Camera's swinging away.
It's gonna be great.